Hello, everybody. I'm Barry B, a bearcat stranded in space. And joining me today on episode 7 of Lost in Transmission is, of course,
me, your beloved slime detective. Either I'm a slime or I'm following a slime. You decide. It is a journey for all of us. It is a Timo Weemogen.
it is the Timo Weemo Dreamo Weemondin. What?
Oh?
Anyways, today we're gonna go over a bunch of different shit. But just wanted to highlight that today is January 31st, 2024. I should probably read out the dates more often so that way people know when these are, especially with some of the topics we end up talking about that are super fluid. But before we get into those, I've been gone for about a month or so. So there's a lot I've kind of missed.
You have been gone for a while.
Yeah, I was on vacation visiting some family over in IRL stuff right now. I was visiting some family overseas for about a month. So I'll talk about my stuff, but first I want to catch up with Timo because I know we talked like when I got back, but we didn't fully get like, one-to-one like catch up with whatever's been going on.
Yeah.
So what's been going on with you for the past month that I missed or so?
Just living the life, Time flies by. We had Christmas, New Year's, and then we're just kind of here now. Just celebrating, life. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to have all the amazing people that I have in my life, especially you, my dearest Barry.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, Sev. Anyways.
Yeah, Sev is fine. She's great, too. She knows I give her as much love and attention as anyone else, but, got to show my love to everyone else as well.
The thing I did see when I did peek into like the group chat and everything, or some of the other servers we both hang out in, I saw you guys were doing a Lord of the Rings trilogy marathon or watch along.
Oh God, yeah. That is a thing we did. It was Sev's idea and her friends.
Really?
So yeah, I'm not that well with like Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. We watched both.
Wait, both trilogies?
Yes.
Jesus.
I was dying because they're so long.
Was it the extended cut or was it like the whatever the ultimate cut is?
Yes, the ultimate director's cut. Fucking
my God.
Every minuscule thing they wanted just fucking in there. I'm just like, dude, please.
What?
I'm struggling for my life.
I could be remembering this incorrectly, but I feel like I did DM Sev about that, like, and try to suss out what was going on, and made it sound like, oh, it wasn't my idea. We just ended up doing it. I could be wrong. No. I could be misremembering that, but I think I asked her about it.
Yeah, it wasn't entirely her idea, but it just kind of like she kind of usually holds everything together, the binding, and then we just kind of like went with it, and we just kept on schedule watching all the movies. And I'm just like, dog, I'm struggling because like they're 4 hours long, 3 hours long, and I'm just like, dude. My attention span is a big potato. Yeah, I'm just like, bro, what am I staring at? They're very good points, yeah. But like, I really could have cut the movies up a little bit or something.
I mean, that's what the theatrical editions are.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're gonna miss out on all the great lore, all the detailed things from the books.
Oh my God.
Oh God. I mean, I watched, I think, the director's cut of The Two Towers. Back in like 2022, and I just remember, I cooked dinner, was listening to that, and then when I was done, I fell asleep and totally forgot what was going on.
Oh God, yeah.
And I was like,
"We're still running after your nap."
It's like, oh geez, it's the Rohirrim now.
God. Yeah. Next we have the Pokemon trilogy.
Wait. Oh, yeah, the animated movies, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the animated Pokemon.
Wait, no. So, there was a trilogy.
Yeah.
But the thing is that the reason why I'm confused on that one was because there was also a bunch of movies after that trilogy.
Yeah.
I only remember 2 of those, which was, I think, Pokemon 2000.
Yeah.
And then Pokemon The Return of Mewtwo or something like that, or Mewtwo Strike. It's essentially Mewtwo Strikes Back. I mean, the title sequence of the second one was essentially freaking Star Wars. I don't know what the
The
third one
Pokemon movie.
was.
That's it. That's all. I don't know what it's called either. I just know because of the pictures, and they just kind of like connect. It's like a puzzle almost.
I see. The only other Pokemon movie I remember watching was the one where Ash gets kissed by a Pokemon.
Oh yeah,
Which
I know
is
what
a
you're talking
totally different one, but it's just like, man, makes you question a lot of things.
about. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Coach. That's a
Yeah.
little bit off there, you know.
Yeah, and I don't know if you're super loud or not. I'm seeing you peak a little, but that's okay.
I'll start shouting. Do not
Shouting.
worry.
So it's kind of starting from the beginning. I mean, I could only retell it so much about my vacation, but like starting, I'll try to get some highlights though. Starting off from like, what was it? In the airport, we were going through the security check, and there's this woman, and she just is not moving in line. She's by herself. She's at the security checkpoint, and we're all what's it called? The line is alternating, and the security lady is already yelling at her, "Hey, ma'am, papers, your documents or whatever, right?" Meanwhile, she's texting away, living out her Asian drama romance moment, because across from all the tape or whatever you call it, for the security area, there's who I assume is her boyfriend. And he's just, waving at her like, bye, bye. It's like, oh my God. And she just keeps looking back, blushing, and texting him. He's not looking at his phone, by the way. But she keeps texting him, like,
lost in the sauce.
And she's just like, oh, just like really looking at her phone, blushing and going, yee type of thing. And just looking at him and waving and looking at him. It's like, ma'am, it's been 3 fucking minutes. Move!
So lost and compelled.
But I was actually surprised going through a lot of security checkpoints has been a lot faster than it has been than the last 2 years or so. Which, I mean, I get, but it's just weird going through it, because usually, like, the last time I traveled internationally, it was like, and this was before COVID, it felt like you were just doing it every single time you exited and entered. I mean, it felt like you'd have to do it twice, going in and out of the airport, right? And you technically do, but it's just like, you gotta take off your shoes, take out, your laptop, you gotta take out every, your things in your pockets, and then you gotta put it on a tray, and then go through the detector, and TSA is gonna touch you or whatever, to just check if you got stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember that felt like an arduous thing, whether it was going home, or was it flying out or coming back home, because I remember we had to do that. Now it's only when you're leaving the country.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Obviously, when you're entering other countries, you still have to do the same thing. But I felt like it used to feel way longer. Like, it is way more streamlined. So after that, we took the flight over the Pacific, and that took about like 14 hours. That was 14 hours. And from Alaska until I think a little bit past Hokkaido was just non-stop turbulence. Just non-stop shaking. Yeah. At first it started like a little rumble, like just like duk, 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 duk. Okay, sure.
The rumbling.
But as it kept going, it suddenly got rougher and rougher and rougher and rougher, and then you dropped. And it was like, when you're like it's like when you're going downstairs, right? And you're like skipping 3 steps and dropping down, right?
Yeah.
It felt like that each time, and you could feel your stomach moving up, and you could hear the turbines just going, just like going, and just like struggling as it's going against the headwind.
Yeah.
Because apparently when we were leaving, there was a storm front coming to the West Coast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So apparently, once I eventually ended up in the Philippines, it apparently was like super stormy in the West Coast, that there was flooding and power outages, the nth degree of stuff. But yeah, 14 hours of just most of that 14 hours was mostly the turbulence. And the only time I felt like I was actually scared was those drops, because it felt like you were building up to the one that was gonna be the drop, like the straight up,
the drop,
the dead,
God,
final just final destination. That's the last you heard of Barry. I ended up in the
someone threw a sausage into the fucking engine.
Barry in the bearing.
It's very unbearing.
It's very unbearable. It's unbearable. No, Jesus.
Oh God.
It didn't help that me and my mom were before we went on our trip, right? We were watching air disasters on Smithsonian TV.
Oh no, and that makes it worse.
And it didn't help that one of the airline accidents was actually the airline we were taking.
Oh no.
And so as the turbulence is happening in the back of my mind, all I can think of, oh Lord, I hope I don't end up on an episode. It's like, oh Lord, please don't let me end up on an episode.
Next episode, it's Barry.
Oh God. But like it was funny because like as it's all shaking, it's like, we apologize. We will not be serving hot drinks at this moment. Oh really? Yeah. I thought I could try to watch a movie during that flight.
Yeah.
I technically did, but kind of hard. I didn't like the seats. I don't know, they were weird on my neck. So the movie I watched was the Barbie movie.
Oh my God, how was that?
I have no clue what the fuck I just watched. Like, it was like funny, but also sounded like, was it trying to give a message? But was the message capitalism? Yeah, I don't know. What is this weird? It was just a weird movie. I liked Ken in it just because he was funny.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie as Barbie's fine. A solid 6 of a movie, honestly, if I were to give it an obligatory score. But yeah, the movie selection was okay. You can, it was new for me, but they had Paramount Plus on there, so you could actually watch some stuff. And I was like, oh, cool. But like, I'm feeling too bleh to watch anything right now. I was actually surprised I didn't really actually sleep for that 14 hours.
Oh God.
I like closed my eyes and blacked out here and there, but it didn't feel like sleep. It just felt like I'm on standby, rocking back and
teleporting.
Forth. Yeah.
I can imagine. So that's a really long flight to sit through.
I've done 14 hours, but that was straight to the Philippines. I've never, but like as of late, I've been taking flights where there's a connecting flight. So sometimes it's 12 and then 2. This one was a total of 17 because we had a connecting flight from Hong Kong. The last airline I took, we did a stopover in Taipei, but which is way closer and way faster to get to Manila. But the thing is, it's Hong Kong is where that airline I was taking was, I think, based out of or whatever. So it's fine. God, I just didn't end up really watching much on that flight. The 2-hour flight from Hong Kong. And this is funny too. That night I had left, I had Five Guys burgers.
Oh God.
And so when we were in the air for the 14-hour flight, I'm like, oh, I gotta go. And I went
my life.
And like, I'm sorry for people who are little squeakers. I'm about to talk about me go to the bathroom. I squatted and just like, whoosh, I'm like, oh, Five Guys.
Your whole insides is just gone.
Yeah. And the thing was, it wasn't done either, because the thing was, I guess my body knew we were in a plane, so it was kind of shy and didn't want to go. So it only kind of went. I'm like, you son of a bitch, I'm trying to hydrate and get you going, and you're deciding not to. It was only till we landed in Hong Kong, I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry, Dad, I gotta go, because I went with my mom and my dad to, over there. So for that trip, so I was just like, I gotta go. Nature's calling. The
Nature
one
is
thing
taking
I
me
mean,
away.
what's it called? Hong Kong is a very nice airport. I
Yeah.
like it, but goddamn, our flight was a little late stopping,
Yeah.
and the gate we were at, because here's the thing, we weren't given the gate we were gonna go to until you get off the plane, right?
Yeah.
And in this case, though, we had it printed, but it had changed,
Oh.
and we're like, shit. I mean, we knew the flight,
God
but we
damn.
had to figure out, like, where the hell we were going. And I'm
Mhm.
like holding it because I'm like, oh, once we see it, I'm gonna then go. But it's like, as are we going to the security checkpoint, I'm like, wait, the security guys don't. They looked confused on where they're sending everybody for international transfers, and that took the most time. I know I said a lot of the security checks were fast. This one was smooth, but it was a lot slower. But overall, the entire trip I had fairly fast security checks. So our gate was all the way on the other end of the airport.
Oh.
And we only had about an hour to get to it.
I'll fucking sprint.
We were trying to, but the
Teleport.
thing was, it's like, I gotta go, man. I gotta, and, well, to the credit to the Hong Kong airport, their bathrooms are very, very clean. And that's great.
Hell yeah, that's what you like to hear.
Yeah. But after I dumped ass and we were going, oh my God. So apparently our terminal, our gate, it was all the way on the other side of the airport. And it was over a skyway, because that was where, the planes are going to taxi through as well. So we were going up and down, up and down, up and down.
Oh God, your stomach is bubbling, fighting for its life.
Yeah, I already had dumped ass, but I'm like, it's not done yet, but we gotta fucking go.
Round 2.
And the thing is, my poor mom, I tried to help her, but, like, she's old, so she's a little slow. Oh, so she had a hard time keeping up with us, and it's like, oh God. We made it on time, but oh my God, we were super tired already, and this is like, goddamn, why is it all the way on the other end of the airport? The 2-hour flight was all right. I watched what do you call it? Haunting in Venice, which is a Agatha Christie whodunit. Because I had watched what's it called? A Murder on the Orient Express.
Murder mystery.
Yeah, those Agatha Christie mystery movies with Hercule Poirot. Detective, one of those early detectives.
Detective Conan.
Well, that's before Detective what do you call it? Sherlock Holmes, I think. Or no. No. Or around the same after Sherlock Holmes. But yeah. It was okay. I liked the movie. It was very hard to enjoy it while flying, because toward the end of the movie, my fucking screen died.
No.
And I'm like, well, shit.
God damn it.
Boy, we had some rough landings, but it wasn't because of turbulence. It was just kind of like the guy just kind of landed sideways.
Just casually sideways.
Yeah, once he entered
it onto the runway.
Yeah, once we entered Manila, it was like, oops, all right, we're here. But we had to stay on board, and all the other passengers were already trying to leave. And then the pilot's like, no, everybody's back to the seats.
Sit the fuck down.
The reason? He had to adjust his parking. Just like a little bit.
Back this bitch up.
Yeah. It's like, what's it called? So, the Philippines, when you gotta back up, there's somebody behind you, like, who's gonna tap your car, like, hey.
Yeah.
You're good. Wait, stop. Somebody was joking. I was like, ay, kuya. He needs help parking.
Get this man the backup camera on my plane.
Yeah. God, the humidity hit me. And I was just like, oh, geez. The other thing I forgot, like a big old dumbass, was to bring bug spray or anti-bug lotion. So the first night I stayed, I'm like, and for the rest of the trip, my legs were pockmarked with bug bites.
Oh no!
And I was trying to treat them. Yeah. I think I still got some of the scars from it.
Oh no!
I enjoyed the trip. Got to catch up with my family. kind of we went home at a weird, awkward time because of some family stuff.
Yeah.
But enjoyed Christmas. Got to see my nephew.
Yeah.
my nephew.
God.
My nephew's a teenager, so dealing with teenagers is fun. He is obsessed with three things: basketball, girls, and food. And the thing is, when you see, I mean, I've been
simple man.
Yeah. The thing is, I've been that teenager where you eat, you eat a gigantic pile of food because your metabolism is fucking going nuts, your hormones are going nuts. But usually, I'm able to just find food. He is shy about it. He will not eat things unless he sees other people eat it, or he's kind of like, oh, what is that?
No.
But once he sees people eat something and it's like, oh, that looks good, he will pile his plate and just keep going. And then he'll be like, oh, I'm full. And then it's like, oh yeah, your dad wanted us to pick up some Dairy Queen. And he's like, Dairy Queen.
Oh,
he's like,
Dairy Queen. Hell yeah.
And suddenly it's like he has room in his stomach.
There's always room.
There's always room.
I bet he has a fast metabolism as well.
Oh yeah, he does. I mean,
God damn it.
He's a good looking kid. He's a good looking kid, athletic. My God, his metabolism is nuts because like when we got back from like eating at a buffet one time, and we were all full. When we got home, this is the same night we got ice cream for his dad, but it was like, I'm hungry. He looks at me. He's like, I'm hungry again, and I'm like, Jesus, man,
no.
Jesus. And then he looks at Grandma when we're all getting out of the car, like, Grandma, can we get miso soup? It's like, dude, it's already almost like the middle of the freaking night, dude. You can get it tomorrow.
I want the miso soup now.
But he's like, oh, that's why I ended up just calling him, oh my God, you bottomless pit. Anyways,
it's always time for me.
As annoying as teenagers get, I did enjoy like hanging out with him, and I loved messing with him.
Yeah,
especially since was it the series? He has a fan club because he's good at basketball. He's good at basketball. He's talented, but he's not insane at it. But enough that you're local, right? The small town people are like, oh man, look at him making 3-pointers. That was cool. Funny enough, I don't play fucking basketball. I'm not athletic, but it's funny. My cousin, one of my cousins, one of his uncles. One of his uncles is stubborn, and he was trying to make a fucking 3-pointer and just couldn't get it in. I just decided, I'm just gonna walk out. I'm gonna catch the ball. I got the ball and shot a perfect 3-pointer.
Oh my God, natural talent. Put him in the league.
My nephew was like freaking out, like, oh my God. And then that was the last time I ever made a 3-pointer.
Oh no!
Because I'm not that good. I like weird moments like that. Weird moments like that. I can suddenly look competent and be like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I got this.
Or like just like, hey, you can believe I would do it a bit, but it's like, yeah, there you go. But after that, I just keep fucking missing or whatever. But as talented as he is, and he asked me to teach him how to do basketball or like some new techniques or whatever, I was like, I don't know. I just told him like stuff we did in PE.
Yeah.
Basic stuff, but it was surprising to me that he didn't know half of the basic stuff.
Oh. Yeah,
I mean, just dribbling while moving. The stance was very weird, though. My other cousin told him, the one who taught him basketball was like, why, you need to practice in your sneakers because you shoot like you're wearing sandals, because he does wear sandals. He just wears sandals, every time. It's normal in the Philippines. But it's like, it's one of those things like you want to change that one so that you're more comfortable when you shoot to you don't have a big ass tell of when you're gonna goddamn shoot. And I think the funniest thing was when he was asking us for like pointers. He asked a lot. The thing is, he asks a lot of questions. I have only so many answers to it, and that's normal for a kid. But some of those things were
ask questions.
Yeah, and I was like, we were laughing because one time he was asking, like, "Oh, how do you catch the ball so it doesn't hurt your hands?" Excuse me. So apparently, the way he was grabbing the ball was like he was just so the wrong way to grab a basketball, right?
Yeah, with like a
your hands are just
backwards.
Your hands are just flat. Your hands are just flat.
You gotta cup it.
Yeah, he doesn't cup it.
What does he do?
He just palms it
What the
Because
fuck?
the thing is, he
How
automatically
big is his fucking hands?
dude, and he's like, "Why my hands hurt?" And I'm like, "Because you're not cupping it." Because the thing is, his thing was he's he assumes he's always gonna be the one to shoot, and I'm like, and my cousin's like, "Why are you assuming you're gonna be the one shooting? You might not be the one who gets the ball to shoot. You might have to just pass it." And that's why all of us learned, no matter what sport, there's a sports ball, right? You always cup your hand to
Yeah.
catch the ball, right?
Mm.
Because you want to transfer that energy to either a pass or a shoot or to move it away from somebody. I mean, I know the very, very basics of sports stuff. I can't go into the fine details of things, but it's like I know at least the basics.
Yeah.
Especially since I'm a shorter person. He's like almost like 5'11". He's almost like 5'11", man.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like 5'4".
You're 5'11" in spirit.
And the thing is, I thought that was funny. Those Sev thought I was what? Thought I was like what? 5'9" or something, or 5'6". What was the height
Yeah.
Sev thought I was?
Oh, Seth thought you exuded like 6 foot energy.
I wish.
Yeah, me too. Don't
Oh.
worry, I'm short too.
Oh, dude, no, you're taller than me. You're like 5'9".
I am 5'9", but I feel short.
Don't worry.
It doesn't feel like enough height.
You're the average height of an Italian guy.
Italian? Oh my god, I'm not even Italian.
I know.
God
But it's funny
damn it.
too, because that kid, he would like ask, "So why does my knees hurt when I when I jump?" Or I was like, "How do you jump when you shoot?"
How do you land?
He slams his fucking legs and he slams his feet. And I'm like, "What are you doing? You gotta
Bro.
I know I know the basics, but it's like, what are you doing?
You're
How
gonna
long
hurt
have you been
yourself?
playing? It's like, how long have you been playing like this, kid?
You've been living like this?
It's funny, but he's a good kid. I mean, again, he's tall, he's handsome, and for the most part, he is good at basketball. He's very, very talented. But
Yeah.
the thing is, he also kind of knows it, and even though he's shy about it, he has a goddamn fan club.
Hell yeah.
Girls,
Love
I'm like,
fan club.
the funny thing is, like, he's got these girls swooning over him, and he's like, "So, any of those?" Because he told me that there's like 4 of them or whatever. And I asked him, "Okay, which one of those 4 you like?" He's like, "None of them." I'm like, "Excuse me." Okay,
Elaborate.
he likes some other,
People like you?
and he's like, he likes some other girl. I was like, "Okay, wait, do those 4 other girls do they know that you're not romantically interested in them?" And he goes, "I don't know, maybe no." And I'm like, "Oh, you better be careful, kid."
Oh my
You better-
god.
One funny thing is, one of my uncles, they were talking about that. He's like, "Okay, you'll be in trouble if you date all of them at once. Don't do that.
Oh god, don't do that.
At the very least, date them one at a time."
Yeah.
And I was just like, start laughing my ass off because I'm not expecting this from my uncle. This is one of my uncles. He's like, this is the one that's like he's excitable but quiet.
Yeah.
Most of the time, he's very humble seeming, but it's like, wait, I wasn't expecting that from him. He's like, "Hey, you could check out that person over there." It's like, "Geez, you chick boy or something." I didn't know this. Oh my god.
God.
Though it's funny, when we ate out with him, and my aunt, we went to one of those roadside diners. And he's like,
Ooh,
and
that sounds interesting.
yeah, the food, overall, all the
Yeah.
local food is good. The
Yeah.
more high end, not high end stuff, but the stuff that you find in the malls
Mm.
can be good, but I would stay away from the buffets.
Really? I hear that a lot of the food that you can get in generally these like really big like malls in the Philippines have like amazing fucking food.
They
And
do
then people-
they do have good food at the malls. It's just from
Yeah.
my experience, and a lot of the buffets, the food quality is very mid tier. There's only a few that actually have really good good quality to them. At least from the few I have tried. Viking, that one is exactly what you get, what you pay for. It's some of the food is good. Don't ever eat buffet sushi. I mean, people are gonna go, "Yeah,
I
of
don't
course
trust
not."
buffet sushi. Yeah,
It's like, of course not. But the thing is, you never know, because sometimes the quality could be actually better than you think. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. The other thing is, my problem is with some of the buffets. Like, there was this Japanese buffet we went to. It wasn't really like Japanese. I mean, that's fine. I mean, there's a bunch of those here in the U.S., right? But the thing was, it's like there was something about the quality of the food. You were like, And the thing is, we went to a different buffet the other day, and it's like, all this food tastes exactly the same.
Oh no!
Like
Isn't there like a sweetness to it as well?
Oh my god! So you want to know what their version of a California roll is?
Mm-hmm.
So wait, do you know what's in a California roll?
Isn't it cream cheese, salmon, and avocado?
No, that's I think that's like a Oregon roll or Philly roll. I don't know, but we don't put cream cheese in ours. So it is. It is the imitation crab. It's fine, dude. It's pollock. It's fine, and avocado.
Yeah, avocado.
And then it's wrapped for the most part. That is a basic California roll. Not too remarkable, but it's good. It's good enough.
It's something.
It's a standard. You want to know their version of a California roll?
Tell me, please.
Oh, by the way, all the sushi rolls I had, there was the only fish in there was the imitation crab. There was none of like tuna or salmon or whatever, or any of it was surprising to me. Well, the interesting thing is a lot of them are covered in mango sauce.
Mango sauce?
Mostly to hide the flavor or to add flavor to it, to something that was already bland. Excuse me. Their version of a California roll, of course, imitation crab, but they put mango in it.
That is interesting. I understand, but I don't know.
That is not a California roll, and I'm not finding it as heresy, but the thing is, it is bad when everything else tastes also like mango sushi.
Oh, and everything's mango.
And the thing is, this is Filipino mango, so this is very sweet.
Like, really sweet. Does it have, like, a tartness to it?
No, it didn't. It was just sweet. And you're like, oh my god. Thank God I didn't eat the tempura there. I'm not gonna say the name of the restaurant, but
good
thing I didn't eat the tempura there, because my family, my mom ate that, and apparently it was underdone. Like, when I saw it, I didn't really grab it because the thing was, it didn't look crispy enough, and also the coating looked way too pale.
Oh.
Yeah. The other thing was, they did have sashimi out, but whoever was in the kitchen did not know how to cut sashimi, because my cousin, she found and this must be salmon, right? So you're not going to get too many pin bones. They found the gigantic pin bone in the sashimi.
What the fuck?
And I'm like,
no.
The person who... And the thing is, I get that they wanted to keep the nice gray belly part, but no, I mean, I'll admit, I'm spoiled. I am spoiled. And I'm not judging them for that thing. But the thing is, if you're going to do at least a serviceable sushi job, you need to at least properly cut the sashimi. Because the slice was kind of tough. And even though the, mostly because of the way it was cut, right? The way it was sectioned off. And the thing is, like I said, they kept the belly fat on it, but also technically, what's it called? What it looked like is they skinned it and then like rapidly cut it, but not but not the full. Like they really singled out that one part of the fillet. Like if you cut the fillet in half, but didn't cut it. Here's the thing: I don't make sashimi, so I don't know the proper way. But if you need information on that, there's tons of videos on how to properly cut sashimi.
Yeah.
The way they cut it, no. It looked like weird diamond shapes. I was like, no, this isn't. I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know what this is. The solid food choices I had were always I mean, of course, the Filipino food, but like even the.
Don't tell me salad. You say salad, I'm disappointed.
No, there were salads, and they were very good, actually.
All right.
And the thing is, honestly, when you're in the Philippines, you gotta actually you're gonna end up craving greens, because the thing is, there is no end of sweets and fried foods and fatty foods.
Fried food is amazing.
It is great. It is great, but the thing is, this time it wasn't as bad when I last was there, because when I was last there, oh my god, no end of like really, really fatty stuff, and I love it. But the thing is, having it almost every day was like annoying. But my diet this time was a lot more varied. It was really, really good.
Mhm.
Actually, one of the few new dishes or trends over there in the Philippines for Filipino food was tofu sisig and
Oh,
tofu lechon I think it was tofu lechon kuali. Is
chunky tofu.
And actually the I didn't have the lechon version of tofu because that wasn't anywhere near us or it wasn't really
Mhm.
served, but I did have the tofu sisig and that was actually really good.
Oh, I'm
And
assuming this is like firmer tofu, correct?
oh yeah, very much. And
Okay.
I think they marinate it because somehow they were
Oh,
able to have the flavor of like calamansi, the little lime.
yeah,
It's a lot fruitier, a lot more fragrant, actually pretty sweet. But sour enough.
yeah.
Um, you could taste that in the tofu somehow, and it was really, really good. And I don't know how they
Yeah.
did that. So I can only imagine how they probably like marinated it and then fried it. But it's pretty
Mhm.
good. a
Hell
lot,
yeah.
a lot of the local foods I had were were really, really good. Um, I had like a caldereta that had goat in it. Oh my god, it was so good.
Goat?
Yeah, goat. It was really good.
Oh, hell
Um,
yeah.
the only thing is, I wish it had a little bit more spice to it. Not super spicy, but it needed a little kick of something. But it was pretty
Yeah,
good.
a
Um,
little pick me up.
yeah. But yeah, my food adventures over there were kind of limited because everybody where we were staying, because we were staying with family, were busy with their own stuff, which is fine. It is what it is. But weirdly enough, it was
Mhm.
very hard to find a driver to take us into the city or somewhere, just so we could like shop or like explore, right? So most of the
Mhm.
time I spent it in my with my family. I mean, that was always the idea to do that, but we were
Spend time with family. Just go
yeah.
see the sights. You know.
And the thing is, we weren't really able to see the sites because people were busy with their own stuff, right? So nobody could
Oh yeah.
technically drive with us out to places. Now we did go to a few places. I did see the big windmills out the big old
Ooh,
like
I love
what's it
windmills.
called power the not solar power, sorry, the wind turbines, powering there. And
Mhm.
actually there's been a big green push over there for green energy in the Philippines, which is
Ooh,
nice. It's really
yeah.
nice.
You love to see it.
Yeah. Boy, tried Carabao cheese.
Ooh, I love
Mmm.
cheese.
It's really good. It is a better version of mozzarella because normal mozzarella, right, is from
Yeah.
water buffaloes. But I mean, the Italian one that you've had, normal mozzarella, it's kind of just bland. It's just really gooey, right?
I just
Um,
like it warm and gooey. That's about it.
yeah, Carabao cheese is way better. A little salty,
Mm.
but not too salty. It's creamy. It's soft. All the good things about mozzarella without feeling like too much like glue, not glue, but like too stringy. It's
Mhm.
very nice. It's very good. And oh my
I'm
god, it
good.
was so good. It's funny though. My nephew, we had like a huge tub of ice cream, and he was just
Oh my
going at
god.
it. But the thing was, the tub was too big, but he also left the tub out, and we were like, "What do
Oh,
you?"
melted.
Yeah, it melted. So I was like, "Oh, enjoying your ice cream soup."
No. Oh no, the poor fucking ice cream.
um,
I would have chugged it.
I wouldn't put.
Lactose intolerance.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did that too.
God, yeah. Man's gonna be living on the bathroom room, like the fucking sitting on the toilet for the next 13 hours.
Dude, like being where we were because the house we were staying in needs some repairs too.
Yeah.
You have to do the good old fashioned and again, sorry for the toilet talk, people. You have to do the old fashioned thing where you get the towel, the pail, fill that
Yeah,
with
the pail.
water, and then
Dunk it into the
when you
toilet.
flush, you have to slam it into the toilet water
Oh
so that
yeah.
way it creates suction. And
Oh
I had the
my goodness.
misfortune of going to the bathroom after he had gone, and
Oh
he didn't do
no.
that. And I'm like, oh man,
God damn it.
I looked at him and I was like, you didn't doing the whole meme of like, which one of you didn't flush?
Which one of you didn't flush the
Disgusting.
toilet? Disgusting.
It was just like, oh my god.
God.
And teenagers, man, they love them or hate them. They smell, and I'm like, especially since he was like freaking he plays basketball a lot, so he loves going outside in the yard and just like shooting hoops. And then he will not take a shower, and we're like, dude, take a fucking shower,
please, bro.
I never thought I'd run
like marinades.
Yeah, I never thought I'd run into the teen. I mean, it's expected with teenagers because teenagers are dumb, but oh my god, I don't know how many times he's like, take a shower, you stink, man. And he's like, what? Like, one time when he seriously asked us, like, but I'm really sweaty, and if I take a shower, I'm gonna. Wait, no, I'm really sweaty, and if I take a shower, I'm gonna get sick. Huh?
What?
Apparently, some weird superstition, and I can only
science.
I only can assume is probably because of the freaking like you pour cold water on yourself and you're super hot or whatever, you're gonna get sick. But it's like, dude. We have a heated shower to take it, and then he will take his sweet ass time to take that shower too. And it's like, where is he? We gotta go somewhere, and we're like waiting for this. Like, come on, we gotta
40 minutes in the shower.
Yeah, jeez.
Oh god.
But I'm glad I was able to see everybody. Got like some cool one-to-one moments with some of my cousins. I know I showed you before, but like did the whole grilling thing and drinking with them. That was fun. But I don't know, just weirdly felt also just out of place because time moved on, right?
Yeah.
People got older, things changed. And it's like that's true, and it's like The best time to go to the Philippines is definitely after Christmas. So I would recommend if anybody decides to travel over there, go in February, man. Also, you'll get to see the local fiestas because around that time, each town has this fiesta over their local saint. And where we were staying at, I think February is the town we were staying in. That was their saint for celebration. I don't know too much of the details, but that's basically fiesta time.
Hell yeah. Living the dream festival time. You get to see all the people, all the food.
Yeah.
Not melting your ass off because it's not midsummer.
God, but no. The thing is, once you're there, get out of there before May.
Oh god, yeah.
Because the thing is,
starts beating.
Yeah, May and June is when boom, summer hits and you're just gonna be dying. Yeah. I mean, I was already dying with the humidity, and I even got sick when I was over there.
Oh. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, so that honestly, this was the longest time I've been sick because, I was sick when I was coming home too, and so when
you were sick when you got back too.
Yeah, because I think I got hit with a double whammy, not only from recovering from that one I got from the Philippines, but also the freaking plane. And just
jet lag.
Yeah, and then reacclimatizing to like cold weather in general. Because like when we got back, oh my god, it was icy cold. I'm like, ooh. But man, it was great weather to order pizza.
Oh god.
This is the first night was pizza.
Hell yeah.
But yeah,
First thing back home, I want all the nasty, greasy shit up.
Dude, I was craving Costco pizza. When I was over there.
Costco
I mean, they have a Costco. It's just called SSR.
Oh.
Or SR S and no, not SSR. It's called S and R. Yeah, S and R.
Oh.
Yeah. But I was just like, nah, man, just different when you get it from home.
It doesn't hit the spot. It's not the same.
And I was just like craving all the stuff I missed back in the US. Again,
damn, I want a Costco hot dog. They're so fucking good.
I want a churro. But I heard that they got the big old cookies now instead of the churro.
Oh my god, they have a foot-long churro, a foot-long cookie, and like a foot-long pretzel at Subway now since they got bought out by the company that owns Auntie Annie's. And,
yeah. I heard about that.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, it looks really good. It looks like the cookies look really gooey and they're a foot long.
I find that funny because like Subway is like this brand that's for the longest time was like this thing of like,
sandwiches.
no, the sandwich is fine, but the thing is the re-up for him was like this healthy alternative to fast food. It's a fast, healthy alternative. Bullshit, dude.
This long ass fucking cookie churro and fucking oh god, what was the other one?
I don't know.
I already pretzel. There we go, pretzel.
Give me all three with my foot long.
Yeah, I'm gonna show up. My healthy sandwich with my foot long. I want the cookie. It looks so gooey. I really want it.
My foot long crony special of a meatball sub of an Italian meatball sub.
I want a meatball sub and flatbread. So, they're just like fighting for their life.
What was it? Crony's go-to favorites that she fucking used to keep in her fridge was it was an Italian meatball sub and a tuna and a foot-long tuna.
Oh,
and I thought it's funny though. She does not eat that anymore. She once in a while does, from what I remember.
Yeah.
You know, but I thought that was so funny that was how bad it was.
Yeah.
Especially since she was eating it during stream that one time. Oh my god. So that was my vacation in a nutshell, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be back, and I'm definitely feeling better because I'm not coughing as much, because the night I was hanging out with you guys within the first week, I was just dying.
Every other word was a cough.
Just like,
oh fuck!
I mean, it's not fully gone away, but at least I don't. At least I don't feel like shit. My sleep schedule is still weird. I'm still falling asleep really early and then waking up at around like 1 or 2,
midnight,
and then I won't go to bed until like 3 or 4, and then I'll wake. Then I'll wake up again I'll be asleep for another hour. Then I'll wake up again, just fully awake.
Yeah.
What I've gotten over with, because this is the only time I've ever had jet lag like this. Because most of the time when I've had jet lag, it's just desyncing with your time zone. So you just end up waking up earlier and whatever, but that's it. This time it's like, for the longest time, I was so synced up with the other end that I was just super tired during the day. And even though it's like, I don't feel too sleepy, as soon as I closed my eyes and went in bed, I'm knocked out. Like the first day, I was knocked out the entire day. When I was back, I was just gone. And so when I woke up, I couldn't tell what day it was already. I was like, ugh. So when you were like,
what
sometimes
time zone?
Yeah, when you were messaging me, I was like, I'm sorry I was late, but this is like, oh, I don't know where the fuck I am. Things are happening.
I'm somewhere new. I feel that. I remember going to vacation in high school. We went to Mexico for about a month to visit family and just like see the different lifestyles, because my parents were just like, oh yeah, it's a lot nicer over here. You live a cushy life over here. I'm just like, okay, yeah, cool, yeah, totally. Anyways, but like the first day back home from Mexico, I hit my bed and I passed out for like 27 hours. And I woke up in like the middle. I'm just like, where the fuck am I? Who is this? What is this wall?
Hey, Mexican culture's got a lot in common with Filipino culture. I mean, straight up.
Yeah, they do.
Acapulco, Manila trade, man. There's probably some Filipinos in Mexico way back when too.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of oh god, there's plenty of Chinese and other forms of Asians just in Mexico as well. Like the more south you go, there's more Asian culture, just because at one point they migrated to Mexico, and it's just like, I mean, there's like towns, like Asian towns.
Oh yeah, and they've lived there for like a few generations, right?
Yeah,
dude, it's like that. It's like an NHK World way back, a documentary on it. But there is a population of Japanese immigrants in Brazil, and they lived there for generations, right? And so I forgot the reason why some of them, that part of that community, went back to Japan. But when they went back to Japan, everybody was like so kind of confused because they look Japanese. But
like, what the fuck is this language?
They're just speaking Portuguese. They're acting exactly how they were back in Brazil, which is totally fine. But it's kind of funny because it's like, you got this, what's it called, the South American culture thing going on. It's like, hey, we're just cooking out, because it's because the thing is, right? It feels like everywhere that the Spanish and the Portuguese kind of just colonized, there's this culture of just like, hey, how's it going? It's just really open and happy, okay, come join us.
Everyone talks to everyone, and then you go back into like the Japanese culture, everyone's like reserved to themselves, and like the mob mentality almost.
Yeah,
It's like you have to see the same.
and the
way.
reason I'm comparing it also like the Filipino culture is you know how many times they'll ask you, "Oh, have you eaten?"
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you'll be
That's
fucking
that's how it is
stuffed.
in Mexico too.
Oh my god!
Oh, there's
Actually,
people walking down the street in Mexico. They'll ask you, "Have you eaten?" And they'll be like, "Oh, well, like we're selling food over here. Come by. We'll just give you something for free. Like here you go." And like some of the best food is made by people that just like selling stuff like outside of their yards.
I mean,
it's like,
yeah,
oh, I
and I'm
miss
not.
that.
And the thing is, I'm not totally scared of doing that. It's just like
Yeah.
when I was over in the Philippines, it's just like I didn't technically have the opportunity to. And the thing is,
Yeah.
things have changed enough that it's you know there's enough places. The thing is, oh my god, you're spoiled for choice for food, whether it's fast food
Yeah.
or fine dining or whatever. Which I never really did any fine dining, but slightly
Yeah.
higher. But there's a lot of places to eat.
Yeah,
And
there
it-
is.
In a way, though, it was like some of the balls I went to. It's just like I remember there used to be a lot of shops, and now it's like all there is
Food.
just food.
It's all food. You have like French fry restaurants right next to each other.
Like I get it, but at the same time, it's like I'm kind of sad though because it just is food.
Yeah.
As much as I love doing food tourism, right?
Yeah.
It's like that thing of like half of these are like freaking the franchises, which I'm not against franchises, but it's just like there's something about it. It's like, but I want something different that I haven't run into.
Yeah.
Granted, Kenny Rogers Roasters does not exist in the United States of America anymore, but
Yeah.
it's there.
Yeah.
Same thing with Shakey's Pizza, and they're all totally different.
Mhm.
Oh my god, though, one place I would recommend for anybody going there that's just a nice balance of
Mhm.
local but also something different was, I think, Mary Grace. Yeah, that was the cafe
Oh.
and restaurant. Also, one thing I'm sad I never got to do because I think I showed you the pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, I was too full, but I really wanted to try the cakes. Like I was like,
Oh, no,
they
yeah,
look
pastries
really
and stuff.
good. Yeah.
Oh.
Red Ribbon has never really been that great.
Oh.
Apparently it was good, but that was before I was born. Because apparently Red Ribbon,
no.
there's a bunch of them actually that are owned by Jollibee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Red Ribbon's owned by Jollibee. Greenwich Pizza is owned by Jollibee. Yellow Cab.
Really?
There's a whole
didn't know that.
bunch that are owned by Jollibee. There's a video I could send you that breaks down a little bit of it.
Yeah.
It's
The whole hierarchy of Jollibee.
yeah. Which again, business wise, that's how they stayed strong on local was really
Yeah.
good. Do I crave Jollibee? No, not really.
I've never had Jollibee. It looks really good, and
It's-
like there is one near me, but it's like 3 hours away, and I've wanted
Yeah.
to go try it.
dude, so the nearest Jollibee for me is 2 hours away. I have to drive over the hills.
Really?
I
Oh,
have to drive over the
God.
hills. But fucking Jollibee was just down the street in where I was staying.
Oh,
The Jollibee burgers I've never craved.
yeah.
It's the fried chicken.
Chicken just looks good. Yeah, the chicken just looks good.
But man, I hate the spaghetti.
They have spaghetti?
Dude, it's the Philippines. You're always gonna find spaghetti.
I know it's
one
sweet,
consistent
too.
thing you're gonna find in Filipino fast
spaghetti.
food is spaghetti and fried chicken. And the thing is, the fried chicken,
Fried
the
chicken's good.
fried chicken always slaps. I love it.
Yeah,
But it's also,
yeah,
but also, like if you're dying for salt, there you go. There's your salt lick. But
yeah.
Jollibee spaghetti and Filipino spaghetti in general, that it's become a brand, not brand.
Oh no,
It has become an icon. Filipino spaghetti is now iconically just sweet spaghetti.
Yeah, because that's what it is. Just sweet spaghetti.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of different brands, but one of the iconic brands that you can get the tomato sauce for Filipino spaghetti. It's branded as Filipino spaghetti. Is from Del Monte.
Oh no.
Only the funny thing is when my I guess she's my sister-in-law because my cousin's wife.
Yeah.
She made spaghetti. I was like, oh, this is good. A little sweet. It's better than the Jollibee spaghetti. There's a little spice to it. There's a little sweet.
It's Jollibee sauce.
And then my cousin was like, "Hey, where'd that can of condensed milk I had on here
Oh
go?"
my god.
Because he uses for coffee, or his coffee, and it turns out she used the condensed milk in the
my-
spaghetti. It's like no wonder it was so sweet.
What color did it turn out? Was it still
No,
like
so-
a deep red, or was it
No,
like
no, no. So
really,
for
like...
Filipino spaghetti is always pink.
Oh, Oh yeah.
It's always
Okay.
it's always a
God.
pinkish thing. And the thing is,
Yeah.
what I assume happened was because this one I only know from my own experience. You can get a pink sauce. I mean, not sweet, right? But you can get a pink
Yeah.
sauce if you mix tomato and it's either cream,
Mm.
sour
Heavy whipping
cream.
cream would be
No,
nice.
it's either
Oh,
cream,
yeah.
sour cream, creme fraiche, or you're adding butter, or butter and a
Oh,
little bit of cream. Because I get it,
add butter in that
because
bitch.
I get that. I've made that before, where you have that nice creamy but also tomatoey spaghetti.
Yeah.
What I assume happened was a Filipino tried that and went, it's missing something, and then went, I want sugar. I want sugar. Give me sugar. And then I'm like,
That's milk.
Also, I'll probably maybe one day I'll try the Jollibee hot dog again. But I remember when I was
that
little.
sounds awful.
When I was little, right? So
Yeah.
I was little. One time, and we were at a Jollibee, and this is when it was the first time I had Jollibee in the Philippines. I got a hot dog. It's like, I don't want a burger. I want a hot. I'll get a hot dog. Shredded cheese on top and a pink sauce. So that's supposed to be like a pimento thing.
Yeah.
I ate it, and I'm like, why is this sweet? And I'm like, this is
Good
like
question.
headache.
Next question.
The cheese was sweet. The pimento was sort of sweet. The hot dog tasted sweet. It's like, this hurting my head.
Why is the gravy sweet?
No, actually, the gravy isn't sweet. It is salty and it is good. It
I
is
want it to be like a little bit of spice in it. Have you ever had like the gravy from Do you have Lee's chicken over there?
Lee's chicken. I have Lee's
Yes.
sandwiches.
No, that's not the same. Lee's chicken, southern style chicken. It is so good. I don't know how far they've gone that way.
Oh no, I do not have a Lee's chicken near me.
God damn it. Okay, they have like this.
There's one in
gravy.
Ohio.
Oh fuck. Okay, and Ohio. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, no,
It's-
dude, like the nearest Lee's on the West Coast. You want to know where it
Yeah.
is?
Where?
It's on. It's across Vancouver,
Oh
Canada.
God.
It's on that one
What the
big.
fuck?
It's on that big island. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
Victoria Island or whatever. But apparently there's two in Canada on the West Coast. On that, oh no,
What
three
the fuck?
on a big on that big ass island.
Yeah.
All of your thing is over in
yeah.
not the Midwest. It's East Coast, but like it's what I'm looking at because I'm looking at their map right now. Least famous,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like it's from Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, a little bit of Tennessee, and I see a couple in Florida.
Yeah.
There's like one in
Yeah.
Alabama.
Fuck. Okay. Anyways, they have gravy. It's nice and thick, right? Like
Mhm.
you turn the bitch sideways, and it takes like a second or two for it to like actually come out of the cup. It is so nice and thick, and it has like a really nice spice to it. Oh, I fucking eat it with goddamn everything. Like I'd order a whole cup of it if I could, but they only let you. Oh, sorry, Jesus.
Bless you.
Yeah. Oh God. Anyways, it is so fucking good. I'd order cups of it if they'd let me, but it goes on fucking everything. You
So,
get the whole fucking chicken in it.
So you made me want to look up also how many Jollibees are in the U.S. There's
God,
currently
there's plenty, I
72
assume.
Jollibee locations in the U.S.
Yeah.
31 of them, which is almost most of them, is
Yeah.
in my state.
Oh fuck.
There's
I would
only
imagine so.
there's only 4 in Florida, which makes sense for the state I'm in, the West Coast,
Yeah.
because the thing is
Yeah.
the Philippines is just right across. They're gonna but they're slowly making their way eastward.
Mhm.
Last time I checked, and I think it's in that video I'll send you after this.
Yeah.
Apparently Jollibee wants to do like 500 locations in the U.S.
I support it. I assume they're. I haven't tried their food, and I'm hoping it's good enough to the point where they can make it and people like continuously go back.
Yeah.
And I've heard people do.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm just surprised at the combo of like gravy and fried chicken is such a surprise. It's good, but the thing is, it's funny how much of that is a surprise to people here in the U.S. because like you think as the fattest nation.
We would have done it already.
Yeah, the most obese nation where you have fried Oreos and a whole bunch of other different fried things or deep fried shit.
Yeah.
You would have thought you would taken the fried chicken and dipped it straight in the gravy. But I thought about it. It's like only a few places in the U.S. do that, really, because half the time gravy is just put on your mashed potatoes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But
But
then
I'd put gravy on fucking everything if I could.
Yeah, but the unique thing about the Jollibee gravy was like
Yeah.
you could it's almost like a broth but just thick enough, and I feel like you could just drink it.
I would. I want to taste it. I just want some of it. Don't they have like really good pies as well?
They're like McDonald's apple pies. They're nothing too special.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've heard that they were really good.
If any baked good thing, they probably might be associated with Blue Ribbon, because the thing is, Jollibees, especially in the U.S., are probably attached to probably have a Red Ribbon bakery attached to them.
Oh yes, the Pizza Hut KFC fucking Taco Bell combo.
So yeah. All right. Moving on to some other things, because like I'll admit the image behind us, we have to address it. Let me send you the image I have.
Yeah.
All right, let me just send it. But yeah, there's some stuff on the docket I want to talk about. Not all of it. We probably not gonna get to all of it, but enough of it.
Yeah.
So one of the first things I did when I got back, was finding out that the Xbox Direct was happening. And this was like several weeks ago or so. So I watched that. The things that just stood out to me were Avowed, because we got some gameplay and some presentation on that one. I'm all for the Pillars of Eternity universe, and I'm happy to see other people experience it in what's essentially Obsidian's version of Skyrim. As well as Visions of Mana, because I've never played the Mana series of JRPGs, because that's like really old. That's like I think it's like SNES era. Oh yeah, that's how far it was. It looks good. The combat system, from what I have seen, it kind of functions like a mix of Pokemon catching and oh no, I don't think I don't think you capture monsters. I gotta double check on that one. But have the monsters you fight look really cute and kind of like Pokemon.
Yeah.
But the combat system definitely reminds you of a Tales of game, one of the more modern ones, and it looks pretty good. The last surprise was the Indiana Jones game.
Yes.
It looks good. It looks fun. My only thing is, I love Troy Baker. I love me some Troy Baker. But it is so obvious that they could not get Harrison Ford to do the voice, which I understand. He'd be expensive, and you really have to convince him to do it. So fine. But because I've watched Troy Baker do voices on a show that he used to do with Nolan North called Retro Replay, I can't get it out of my head that he's doing an impression, because it really sounds like he's really. I mean, he's doing his best. I'm not like shaming him and doing the voice of Indiana Jones, and he's really doing his best. But the thing is, because I know what he sounds like when he's doing impressions, it's just like, you're getting it, but like I know it's you, Troy. It's just but that's my own personal gripe. The game is in first person, which was, I shouldn't be surprised, but it's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, go for
the
it.
traversal like climbing things apparently is in third person. The whip is a traversal tool and combat tool, so you get to use it to swing around places and also like grappling hook people. Essentially, you do get a gun. And there's
a gun.
The thing is, it's made by Machine Games, so it's the Wolfenstein guys, so you know at least the gunplay and the punching animations are going to be very, very good. Yeah, I went through that a lot faster than I thought, because oh boy, in terms of the news, you know what I've been playing recently, because I know you guys have been bugging me to try to play Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
But I've been hunting a different kind. Yeah, but I've been hunting a different kind of monster.
Oh.
I've been hunting pals.
Oh no. How is that? Have you been enjoying yourself?
I've been enjoying myself. I've stopped because, one, my ADHD is very, very strong, and The thing is, as much as it's the joke that it's Pokemon with guns, it's more like Ark, but Pokemon are not Pokemon, legally distinct monsters, monsters as the dinosaurs. Because if anybody's that's played Ark, right? The main thing, right? You're capturing dinosaurs, you're using them to do stuff, but the grind is really bad. For Palworld, the pals are basically, they stand in for that, but they're also your source of labor. Let's be real. The combat with them is a lot more fluid, but it's not like anything like Pokemon. Some people said it's like Arceus, but yeah, you don't really choose their their attacks. Their AI just does the attacks. Yeah, and you can just tell them basic commands, but you're not choosing what their attacks are. If anything, the main gameplay loop for the pals is setting them up as labor to create shit for you to have resources.
My factory of pals.
Yeah, which I don't know how to feel about those types of games because I've never been a fan of essentially
survival,
streamlining Factorio type of thing or RimWorld. Because it's not that I hate those games. I love the idea of them. It's just I don't have the brain for it nor the patience.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is with Palworld,
like 13-hour explanation video.
The thing with Palworld, it actually streamlines it fairly well that I don't really worry about it. The only thing is, I'm a very empathetic person, so I feel bad that when you get back and leave them, they will have the status effect of being depressed. And whatever. And you can do all these things, but the thing is the way Palworld sets everything up, right? They are not your pets.
They're not.
they are an exhaustible resource.
You are replaceable. The penguin is just like tied up to a cross.
Because the thing is, because the thing is, half of the medical supplies aren't really medical supplies. They're basically just like, here, take the drug to work harder.
Caffeine, baby.
You're depressed? Okay, get out of here. Next one.
No!
Now the game has been as of the date that I said today is, which is January 31st. It is in the world's greatest legal area, and I like what one podcast said, and I have it linked in the description below for Willie's Versus. If anything, if you guys want a good explanation and not an explanation from me, because I'm terrible with these, watch the video I linked to Willie Versus and their podcast, because that gives the best examination of the entire discourse that is Palworld. Now, the only legal thing that Nintendo apparently is doing is they're investigating them. But apparently a bunch of lawyers have looked at it and said it's gold dust. Like, there might be something there, but legally it's like...
It's not enough to take down the whole game.
The key phrase I heard is that basically there is no smoking gun.
Yeah.
Yet.
And the thing is, investigations might be different.
The thing is, and I hope the game continues, but at the same time, one whiff of like something really, really unethical and really, really bad, and you know, I'll probably drop the game. But the thing is, the game is pretty good for an early access game. It does have bugs. It is broken, but the thing is, it is more stable than half of the AAA games that have come out. And that was the astonishing part for this game. And then I'll also agree, because the thing is, it is a good game. The other controversies right now going around with it is like whether or not there's plagiarism with AI or whether or not they're using AI. Again, that Willie Versus video, I keep referring back to it because that is the best explanation for this stuff. A game dysfunctional cannot be made with AI, because if it is, the games industry as it is kind of doomed.
It could be going downhill, because a lot of these, if you can just make a game straight out of AI, what is like the positions of a lot of these creators and producers? And
also, like, you know, all the crypto bros and NFT guys would have just jumped straight in. The problem is that the guy who's the CEO of Palworld is super into that stuff. And that's why people were also like going like, but see, and this is the last I'll refer to the Willie Versus video, because it really is a good breakdown of this, is that I do agree with their point of people, we're at this stage of, we are so paranoid about AI and it's stealing art, which is totally understandable. And the only places I find like there's room for AI is um it needs to be something that assists you, right? Whether it's writing or your art. But the thing is, it is from your local, it is from a homegrown database. It is not trying to pull from outside and play, because that's the main problem with a lot of AI, especially AI art, right?
Plagiarism.
Is because it's pulling from a big database of people and not crediting them and just going, well, now then mix the image and then say I made it. It's like, no, that's unethical.
It's very unethical.
But if it's like, and I keep forgetting the drawing program that has this, but something like where the AI knows your strokes and knows what how you draw, whatever, it helps you fill in things that you might have missed or try to adjust things to, again, assist you in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying there isn't room for AI. It's just there are more ethical ways to teach the AI to learn behaviors. The sad part is the behaviors we're currently teaching it are all things that are corporate shortcuts because somebody doesn't want to pay someone.
Absolutely. I agree.
And the sad part is now the way our nomenclature is, because we're so paranoid about it, is that we're using it to say that something is of poor quality and made terrible. Don't get me wrong. There are always bad artists. There are always bad writers. There are always bad content creators or producers. You're listening to one of those really bad content creators. No, I'm kidding. But jokes aside, the thing is, that's just like how it is. There are things where people have made bad quality things. But you need to say, if you're gonna call out something that's a bad quality, you say that it's bad quality. Or like, for example, for Palworld, yes, it is very derivative. It is as close to the fucking sun as you can get without getting fucking sued outright. But the thing is, people
play with fire, but it's not there.
Yeah, it's just that we're at the point where people are just going like, that was made by AI. That's made by AI. Okay, there are times where it's very obvious, but we're really at that point now that it's good enough that we just can't tell anymore. And that's horrifying to me. Because then that really means everything feels like free game to attack for no baseless reason. And it's like, Jesus. And it's just like, oof, that's kind of rough.
Yeah. It is really rough.
I know I've taken up my turn on this, but like, what's your opinion on like the whole Palworld situation?
I personally haven't played. Yeah, I have not played it, but I have seen some form of medias online, whether it be from seeing videos, shorts, or even Twitter just popping up. But Twitter is just a very scary place to even, poke with a stick. But yeah, you see things where people are talking about how they use AI and how people are just saying that the team was just half-baked from the beginning to start out with, that they didn't know how to code or produce or anything such.
Now, as, the funny thing about that one, and they do cover it in Willie's podcast, is that according to the CEO himself on their website, they said, we don't know how to do shit.
Oh, God, okay.
That's why it's like, Palworld's a very weird beast.
Yeah. It's a really oddball thing we got going on.
But like, at the end of the day, it's like, I'm enjoying the game. I'm waiting for it to see what kind of neurons it hits just right, and other things that I feel like, for me, I don't like as a game. And the thing is, again, for those kinds of critiques, again, remember, it is in early access. Now, does that mean it
can change? It's bound to change.
The thing is, I don't know, and I hope it changes. And whether or not they'll use AI to make those changes, who knows?
Exactly.
We'll find out what, and that's why the date of today's podcast is very important, because who knows the next time Palworld makes headlines. But as of now, they're still legally fine, and there's a shit ton of people playing it.
Absolutely, yeah. It's like the highest concurrent player base right now as of date.
Yeah.
Number-wise, I can't tell you, but it is stupidly high.
The last one that I've linked in the articles below says like 4 million.
Oh,
in 3 days.
That's a bunch of people.
But the thing is, within the week, I think it's like gone to like 6 or 9 now.
Oh, God.
9 million.
Okay.
The thing is, if you like it, totally fine if you share it with your friends or whatever. But the thing is, also know when some people just don't want to play it and they have no interest in playing it, and that's fine. The weird thing about this entire thing is people like it's funny how much the Pokemon community is like, live hard and die hard for the franchise.
Yeah,
but,
for the franchise.
But
Yeah.
like objectively, the franchise, and I'm not much of a fan, but what I've seen is like, boy, you guys have been getting pretty bare bones games. I mean, those games look cool.
I know. Yeah.
But like, next thing I know, half of you are complaining about how those games are, and yet you still paid out the nose for it. Because the main
Absolutely.
reason to Palworld's success is that it's not a full $60, $70 game. It's
Mhm.
30 or at least 25. No,
It's originally 30. It just came out of the gates on sale, which is good. It
So,
gives
yeah.
people a chance to play it.
and even then, it's still half the price of a AAA game.
Exactly.
And
yeah,
the thing is, that's the
continuously
barrier.
goes up.
Yeah, that's the barrier
Yeah.
that gets a lot of people. And I was like, oh well, no, I can afford it. Yeah, I'll try it out.
Yeah.
And that's also kind of sad because like even when I was looking at like Persona 3
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
coming out
God.
next month, oh my god,
Mhm.
that's $70.
Yeah, exactly. It's $70. You can buy 2 copies of Palworld right now if you wanted to,
Yeah.
for you and your friend. But that's your own decision. You know, you play what you want to play and you support who you want to support.
The-
If
the-
you want to support the access we're taking,
And the
just
thing
don't
is,
play
like,
it.
the amount of criticism that this game is getting, because I do believe, and I agree with that podcast, is that,
Yeah.
a lot of people thought this was a joke. I thought it was a joke, too.
I thought it was a joke too. Yeah,
And then it
we
came
saw
out.
it on yeah,
And then it came out! There it is.
yeah. It's here doing numbers.
And it's functioning. And the thing is, unlike the day before, like that other game, the day before, right? Where it was, like, promising all these things, and then when it came out, it
fell short. It just stopped.
It shit itself because it was utterly a scam. And by the way, they still hate people calling it a scam, but it was a scam. People thought
It
also
was a scam.
Palworld was a scam. And
No.
here's
this
the
is a
thing.
game.
And even if it was a scam, dude, this scam was made very well.
Yeah.
it functioned.
People are getting hours out of this game. They're enjoying themselves, and I've seen amazing things coming out of it. But
And the thing is,
Like,
I don't want to
take
come
it
out
as
as
you
like
will.
a hater for like these other franchises, but the thing is,
yeah,
if you're gonna critique a game like this about either AI or other things, or even like really, really like something predatory or whatever, or some unethical thing in its development, Final Fantasy and was it Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth have some
Oh,
really
God.
shitty things going on. Apparently, I don't know much about the FF7
allegedly,
but
allegedly.
all I know is apparently they're really trying to use that franchise to make NFTs and some other stuff or whatever
Oh no.
for crypto. And that one I passively know because I'm not interested in FF7. Like,
Mhm.
there's only a few things I'm interested from FF7, but we're gonna leave that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it doesn't interest me. But the thing is, it's like, yeah, for optics, try to look at the broader look at the broader landscape. It's like there are a bunch of AAA companies that totally jump on to do stuff that are hyper unethical that you would put against Palworld. It's like, no, they're not the only ones.
Not to name drop, but something in the form of an Avalanche, produce a lot of AAA games, and sometimes they're very unethical the way they go about it. A little
Ubisoft?
bit sometimes predatory. No. Snow. There's snow in this.
Oh. But
yes.
what was it? The reason I also I'm talking about like what's it called? Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, which I wanted to get. Now I kind of don't want to get it. It still looks like a good
case on.
It looks like a really good game, but the thing is that apparently New Game Plus is sealed off on the deluxe edition and the whatever the collectors or whatever the most expensive edition is, which is about like $80 fucking to $110.
That is absolutely
and
awful.
The sad part is it's not like New Game Plus, like a basic New Game Plus. No, it's New Game Plus with new content in it.
That's awful. I hate that.
And that's bad because that just sucks. And I'm like, really?
People want to enjoy that, and
Yeah.
no one wants to pay $80 to $110
But
just to play
the
sad
part is in business, people speak with their money, and sadly, people have said, "Well, I guess I'll pay for it."
Yeah,
and it's like, I mean, pick your battles and pick where you want to spend your money, and that's totally fine. But just be aware of things.
Yeah.
It's just like, in other news.
Yeah.
In the continuing horrible thing of our post late stage capitalism, whatever freaking society. We live in a society. Microsoft across the board has laid off a crap ton of people.
Absolutely. Oh god.
Yeah,
Oh,
so from Blizzard to ZeniMax, Xbox has laid off a crap ton of people. I know the last time we talked about the layoffs, it was, with the general thing,
Sony.
and it just kind of sad
Fuck
that,
Sony.
yeah. But the thing is, in general, it's just kind of sad that this is still the trend going on. But it's
Yeah.
I don't personally understand it. All I can say is it just kind of sucks, and it is one of those things where you hope that everybody can land on their feet, and again, especially creatives going to new places, because these are the people making your video games. These are, so I hope the gaming landscape improves for them, because the thing is, it's still a job and something that people enjoy doing, and it sucks people not being able to continue that.
Yeah. You have amazing creators that are just being left on the street now, basically.
Yeah, and
they're just out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's still following that big trend that's still happening right now, where the tech industry is, having a crap ton of people laid off.
Yeah.
And so now there's high amount of competition to find jobs, but nobody's. Everybody's overqualified, and now they're all. It's hyper competitive, so it's like I know we talked about the day before real quick, and I know I'm speed running through all of this. I do apologize. Yeah. It's also because I have a pot roast right now, and I need to. I still have an hour or so, but I got to check that thing
smoke
just to make sure it's not boiling over or anything. But yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
in smaller news, the day before, devs are still angry that everybody was calling their game a scam, and they're ranting about it. I just think that's kind of funny, and apparently now they're just going after any kind of influencer or blogger, going, "No, those are lies." They're orchestrating a hate campaign against us, and I just find that funny. It's like, no, dude, you guys got your pants caught because you guys didn't make a game. If we want to talk about game with stolen assets and whatever from from the Unity store, that game was just the thing is that one was unlike Palworld, where Palworld had the uncanny valley, right? The day before just screamed, "I am a clone, and I am stealing from all these things."
And people proceeded to dump money into it.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, that one still confused me. But then it's how desperate is everybody for that tactical MMO sim, whatever thing they're looking for? That one confuses me. Apparently, Needy Streamer has some spin-off games. Called, what is it called? Needy Streamer Overload Petite Game Collection, which I plan on probably getting and probably doing a walkthrough maybe of that. Even though I will not play Needy Streamer Overload because I tried to, it hit me the wrong way, and it's a good game. It's just psychologically I am not prepared for it.
Yeah,
it's not that scarring, but the thing is, it hits enough on me that I don't feel comfortable playing it. Speaking about nickel and diming and DLCs, Persona Reloaded has day 1 DLC, and oh boy,
no!
I mean, this doesn't surprise me. Rabid fans of Persona, including me, I would probably dump money into this too. I'm still gonna wait for it on sale, but the article the Gamatsu article that went over this, so you have the Persona 5 Royal Phantom Thieves costume set, so everybody looking like they're from Persona 5, and then you got the Yasogami High costume set, which is everybody from Persona 4 and their costumes, and then just a bunch of little Persona sets. I don't know these. I mean, obviously the costume sets are just what do you call it, cosmetics. I don't know if the Persona sets are, or if those are new, or those are new personas they're adding. I just don't know. I think I think those are game additions.
Just little things to make your time more enjoyable. You have just you're staring at the game already. You have plenty of time to run through. You might as well enjoy what you're staring at. Yeah.
I don't feel like converting, but my really bad converting for yen is that Most of the costume sets are 440 yen, so that's probably $4 and
440 yen. That's like $2 almost. 500 yen is like around $3.
Okay.
The yen drops
Okay.
drops right now a lot.
Okay. And then the Persona sets are like 880.
Around $6-7.
Okay. Yeah. So then there's the 550s for a few other ones. It's like it's one of those things where it's like it's DLC that's like, yeah, if I have the money for it, I'd get it. But
yeah.
But it's
low enough to where it's not like egregious and just like out mind blowing, you know.
I mean, I hate that this exists, but I honestly, between battle passes and some other ways of monetizing, I'd rather have this kind of DLC.
Yeah.
And whatever.
Speaking of spending money,
yeah.
As of right now, 7:10 p.m. EST in 5 hours will be releasing Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, a game that I'm very excited about.
Ooh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, actually. Let me take a look. How much is it? Please don't be $70.
It's going to, unfortunately, from what I have seen, it's going to be around 50 to 60 USD because it is a full game. It's already been done. There's no early access on this.
No, I don't mind.
Which I'm a little bit.
I don't mind that I don't mind that there's no early access. I just want to know how much this damn thing is.
There's no price right now, as I can see. There is like a sale on it on the PlayStation Store. And that's for like the physical copy and then some extras, right? I don't know the price on that, but that's the only price that I can't see. But it comes out in 5 hours. I'm very excited about it. And I love the idea of co-op. I want to play with all my friends, all my little beans.
No.
And
it comes out in 4 hours for me.
Oh really? Oh, you're ahead of time. Let me refresh my page. Let me see. Oh yeah, 4 hours.
Yeah. Oh,
I've been staring at it.
We will actively keep looking at that, and I will decide whether or not I should spend money on it.
Oh, I'm going to buy it as soon as I can. I'm gonna wake up in the morning. I'm gonna throw it in my Steam cart. I feel like I'm going to dump it.
But buy it for me too. No.
I feel like I'm gonna sink time into this, so I'm excited to see how it plays. It looks fun, extremely fun.
Can you buy me it? Okay, I'm kidding.
Sure, we'll see.
No, I'm kidding. You don't actually have to. I just put money recently back in my bank account. I'm like, okay, I better stop. And then I remembered, fuck, there's Grand Blue. I want to get it.
This is the last expense.
I say this, and then there's 2 other games in February.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, they're toward the end of February, and that was I think it was Pacific Drive.
Oh yeah, Pacific Drive.
Was it Pacific Drive? And which is February 2020. Which is February 22nd, and then the other one was a retro hack and slash arcade game called, I think, Slave Zero X.
Oh.
It looks fucking great, and I did do the demo on the channel, so if you guys want to check that out, my coverage on that, it's there in Nub Looks At, or whatever the fuck I named it, because I can't remember my own goddamn playlists. But apparently that one is a prequel. They made it as a prequel to an older mecha game called just Slave Zero, and that one was like running around a big biomech and just pew 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 pew.
Speaking of mechs, there's a game that I saw on Steam that comes out soon. Let me scroll really quick. Let me look at
which one is that?
Mecha Break. I don't know when it comes out. It's to be announced. It looks like.
So I was talking to Acerin about this one. It looks good, but from what I heard, it kind of functions more, especially since it's got a class system. It functions a little bit more like Overwatch with
really,
at least with its classes. I could be wrong on that one.
Yeah,
but it definitely moves around like Armored Core a little bit.
It does. That's what I liked about it. It's more PvP. I don't know if it's going to be like how it is like with Overwatch and
yeah, I don't know. It's online co-op and just PvP. So we'll see how that comes out. The alpha apparently is going on or was going on.
Yeah. I just like big machines beating the fuck out of each other.
I like big robots, and I cannot lie. These other brothers can't deny. When a blaster shoved in your face. And that plasma sword. Never mind. You get Amarode. Anyways, never mind. Gundam. What about Gundam?
I love Gundam. God.
One game I'm waiting on, and it technically doesn't have a release date on Steam yet, but according to Gamatsu, it does have a release date in Asia and technically here. Earth Defense Force 6.
Oh?
And I can't wait for it. Because
Hell
I
yeah.
played Earth Defense Force 5, I love it, and I would love to play it with more people.
Mhm.
It just looks great, and also you got some VTubers in there as
Oh.
as like weird,
Ooh.
funny distractions. I think it was Mio and Fubuki.
Oh, I was gonna say it's another Zentreya crossover.
Oh no, it's not a Zentreya crossover, sadly.
She's
Because
in
apparently it's
Zentreya.
already been out in Japan for months now, almost a year, I think. But it's releasing sometime in March, at least for or it says spring 2024, sometime around March in Asia with English. I think, well, let me double check the article. Yeah, it says March 14th for Asia, and I don't know when in spring for the US or the Western world. I'll probably wait for it to be on sale, but you know, one of those things.
I think it might be towards summer, most likely.
Yeah, but I'll wait for that one because I enjoy EDF 5 and EDF is just stupid fun.
Hell yeah.
I know we talked about Avowed earlier, but actually, this article I was reading, they're talking about how there's no romances in Avowed. You can't romance your companions. And I was thinking back to other Obsidian games, and it's like, as far as I know and what I've played, I played Fallout New Vegas, I played Pillars of Eternity, and also the Outer Worlds. There's no companion romancing in there. Now for Fallout New Vegas, you can sleep with people. But my thing about the article, this article in question, I'm not gonna say the site, but you guys have it. I have it linked below. My only thing about the article is that they were talking about how Obsidian was this is a change of norms for the RPG landscape because there's no romance in it, especially coming from a studio that came from BioWare. Correction, they did not come from BioWare. Obsidian, and you can find this in the origins of their name. Majority of the studio came from Black Isle Studio, and that group also came from Interplay. Now, some of those people did go off to go to BioWare, and they did work with BioWare and start a lot of the stuff that made BioWare notable, such as Knights of the Old Republic and all those other and a few other RPGs. But they were Obsidian was working on those as Black Isle Studios, I think. Again, I'm armchairing this one, so I might be wrong on that one. If I remember correctly, though, they only started those, and BioWare continued them and were heading those projects, and but never were they ever part of BioWare, nor did they come out of BioWare. Because I know with everybody that's played a BioWare game, or at least knows Mass Effect, yes, Commander Shepard fucks everybody. But don't get that mistaken for Obsidian, because Obsidian is very distinct in the way that they write and the way that they do your choices. And as far as I know, the romance stuff rarely ever popped up. And I mean, again, like I said, you get to sleep with a few people, charisma checks and stuff like that. But they never had, as far as I know, and as far as I've experienced, never had the BioWare branded and style of romancing your companions. And I don't ever recall ever seeing that in some of their games. Granted, again, I've only played what I've stated before, and I could be wrong. But as far as I know, and as far as I remember, Obsidian never came out of BioWare. So the whole thing that article was talking about, oh my god, this is a whole change of, the norm for that kind of RPG. No, not really. Not really. Especially since they never came from BioWare. They've worked with BioWare. They have people that crisscross between the studios and have worked in BioWare. But as far as I remember, Obsidian itself was not formed out of people primarily from BioWare. They're
Mm.
mostly people from Black Isle Studios.
I see.
Speaking of BioWare, when was the last time you played Destiny?
Oh God, don't even remind me. It's been a good while, and I don't foresee a timeline where I'm going to return to Destiny.
No, I'm not judging you on that one, but apparently
Uh,
Destiny is
uh,
having a collaboration with Mass
oh
Effect.
yeah,
With Mass Effect. And
yeah,
so there's have you seen the Mass Effect armors and stuff like that?
I have.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you get a Normandy, but I'll have to admit the style of the Mass Effect armors fit Destiny, and that's kind of cool.
They look good. Yeah, they look good. It's just I don't know.
Again,
why I don't like the game.
though we've already stated our opinions on Destiny.
Uh,
And sadly, I don't think I'll ever touch that game.
yeah,
I
not
love
with
the lore of it,
futuristic.
but also the lore's all over the place. But that's a different story and different rant.
Mm.
Because I was just I've been recently going down a nostalgia trip of like Mass Effect and Halo, and then I found some videos talking about like things about Halo. I was like, yeah, it was that were linchpinning why I love Halo as a franchise. I think it's done. To me, it's done.
It is done.
Game wise, there's new avenues to explore, and I wish we would explore them. But the thing is, we're too bogged down in nostalgia and people's own headcanons. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't people who want new games. It's just
There's plenty of people that want more games.
the thing is, and I want more games too. It's just like the way they're all focused and the way that community is set up. It's like, we're kind of stuck in a way. It's like, And the thing is, I will blame 343 for certain things, but a lot of what the community still blames them for, it's like, no, I think we just gotta give her the fact that it's just time. We kind of all kind of grew out of this shit. I still love Halo, and I'm fond of Halo as it was, but also some of the things that they harp on, it's like, no. Like the reason why I'm saying this was one thing I was checking. It was like, yeah, that's right. Bungie hated the books. And the thing is, when people point to like, oh, Bungie and its lore, the games, yeah, they were all over. They were a mess. They were all over the place. And then if you played Destiny, you know that their lore is all over the fucking place.
It really is.
And the thing is, when people source the books, the thing is, the books weren't written by Bungie. They weren't written with Bungie. They were written in spite of Bungie. And the thing is, people love the books.
Exactly.
And the thing is, I found it funny that the fans that were hating that the books were now popping up into the games, it's like, no, I'm happy that they were. That's why I liked Halo 4 the way. Granted, I have my own gripes about Halo 4, but like, it's. I wanted more fusion of that world because it's such a big, cool world, just like Destiny. But it has so many shortcomings when you apply it with the games, and it's like you can only do so much with it. It's like, yeah, and maybe I'm just a little naive or like just a little bit more forgiving, but it's like, yeah, do. I want cool shit. I just want cool shit with that franchise and new things with it, right?
Yeah.
I still want those mainline games, but the thing is, they better have really good stories with them. And sadly, I think this is endemic of like a lot of games where, as much as we want to blame the devs or people want to blame this, and like we see with Destiny, remember, the devs are actually probably listening. It's the suits who just won't let them do shit.
They won't let them do what they want. They won't feed the community what they want.
Yeah.
But
so,
at the end of the day, I guess is whatever gets them enough money and push through, I guess.
Yeah, and again, it's a business at the end of the day, but no, I'm not excusing that. It's just one of those things where you're just like, what the fuck do you do? And I feel like overall for the game industry and a lot of things in general entertainment that we enjoy, right? It feels like we're kind of stuck in that limbo because we want it a certain way. We want the ease of access to it. But some of the stuff that's coming out, we don't like it. But also we don't know where to point. Like, where is the error? Like, where is the source of like why things just don't feel the way they did or why they don't hit the way they did? Granted,
don't feel the same.
Granted, that is also a zeitgeist that you fall into, and then really good games come out that are objectively pretty good, like Alan Wake, despite being a weird fucking game. I love it. It's just different, and those kinds of creative things. It's like, yeah, sure. And then again, not disparaging what you like, enjoy what you enjoy. Yeah, I know we've been all over the place on this podcast. We will definitely be doing Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. I don't know if me and Timo are gonna do it together or not as a video series, or if I'm gonna record a co-op with you. But I mean, I would like to try to attempt that. At the same time, I also want to see like how the single player as a story goes. Because as much as what we've seen from the demos, the co-op functions a lot like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, it
but
does.
I wonder how different that is from what the single player experience is going to be, right? Because how much of it is actually RPG, and then how much of it is more like, oh, we have co-op. Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
So before we end off, I have one piece of weird news I got to share with you, and you got to take a look at this. You got to take a look.
Yeah,
at this.
let me see.
So Dune is coming out this year.
What the fuck?
So Dune is click the click.
Yeah, I see it.
No. Go to the article because you got to see the popcorn bucket. So
who let them do this?
I do not know who came up with this idea, but apparently for Dune, there's a special popcorn bucket. And there's a special popcorn cover with a sandworm. It looks cursed. It just looks like a Sarlacc pit that someone's gonna stick something in there.
Someone's gonna put unholy things into that.
The Wormussy just is too sussy for me.
The Wormussy.
It's just horrible. And I'm like, that is...
Why?
Why? Who decided that this should be the promo shit?
Greenlit this?
I mean, at least Five Nights at Freddy's, whether you hated it or not, that movie, at least they promoted pizza and pizza boxes.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
Oh my god. I hate it so much.
Well, anyways, I think we'll end it there, and I thank you again for sitting here and listening to two idiots talk about whatever the fuck on this episode of Lost in Transmission. So where can they find you, or Sev for the matter? Because they might find you with Sev if there's any streams.
Oh yes. Well, you can find me on the Twitters and on the Twitch, not streaming, but somewhere around there, at Timo Weevojin. You can find my lovely partner at Silent Sovereign on Twitter, at Silent Sovereign on Twitch. They stream a lot more than I do, and please check them out. If you
never know when a Timo might wildly appear.
Yeah, absolutely.
And his legally distinct pal, right?
Yeah. My alleged pal that is not Nintendo based.
And you can of course find me on Twitter, Mastodon, Twitter, and I've got a Throne if you feel so inclined to gift me things you don't need to, and other things on my Linktree. Other than that, just keep following me on YouTube and maybe take a look, be on the lookout for a possible test stream.
Hell yeah.
Soon at some point. When is soon? I don't know. This at some point of this year, maybe. I still gotta figure that out. But other than that, glad to see you all here, and glad to have you all sticking with me on this really, really slow ass journey. Anyways, I'll see you later, my fellow space jockeys. Until next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.